It's time to make our thumbs a little greener. In today's video, we're going to be showing you how to dig up and store your gladiolas for the winter months. As you can see, we suddenly got a ton of snow here. It's October 31st, and tonight it's supposed to be 19 degrees. So that's just about at the killing point of these gladiolas. I was trying to keep them in the ground as long as possible, but they absolutely have to come out of the ground tonight. So I'm gonna show you how to dig them up and store them for the winter. So the ground is not frozen yet, but we've got a huge layer of snow here. We're just going to get around, loosen up the soil, and then dig up these bulbs. Well, that's a big one there. So the first thing you're going to want to do when you dig these up is try and knock off as much dirt as possible. Just kind of digging away some of the larger chunks that are inside there. And then we will take our shears here. Since it's so late in the season, I'm confident that these bulbs are going to have enough energy stored in them. But if you do this earlier, once you pull them out of the soil, just let them sit for a few days before cutting the tops of this off. That's going to help direct some of the energy that's in these leaves here go down into that corm. At this point, we're going to have the initial drying phase, which is going to be a few days in a warm, dry place. Typically, if it was warm enough outside, you would just leave these outside in the sun for a few days. And then after that point, you're just going to take the bottom of this, which is the old corm, after it is dried up, and peel it off of this new corm. This bit of flesh right here, that's going to dry up, and you'll be able to peel it right off, just like that. But I recommend waiting until these have dried for a couple of days to do that. It's going to make it much easier, but I just wanted to show you guys how to do that right here. And then after you've taken the old corm off of your current corm, you want to keep it in a warm, dry, dark place for about 2 weeks. From that point on, I'll show you guys how to package them and store them for the long term over winter. Let's head inside. Here we have some corms that have been curing inside the house here. And at this point, you can see that old corm is removed, and we also got off a lot of the dirt that was left on when the corms were wet from taking them out of the ground. At this point, you're going to want to get a dry, well-ventilated container to put them in over winter, and then it is recommended that you wrap them up in order to keep them separated. A lot of people do this in many different ways. Some people say that it does not matter at all, and other people are more picky and would rather have them separated just to make sure that they can avoid any chance of disease. So we're going to show you guys how to do it that way. Good. If you would like to, you can also put these in a mulch or a sawdust, but the way I've been taught is just to use newspaper or some other paper product to wrap them in. These are now ready to seal up and store away for the winter. While during the curing session, you want the corms to be in warmer temperatures. Once you get to this point and are ready to store them for the winter, you want to get them into a place that it's around 35 to 45 degrees. Whether that be a insulated but unheated garage, that's usually a really good place, or if you have a root cellar or colder basement to put them in, that'll work just fine. As long as you keep them in a well-ventilated container in a cold and dark storage area, these corms will remain dormant until springtime comes and you plant them outside again. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any other questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down below, and we'll see you in the next video.